So we got some good results in the first episode. We got, was it 5 or 6 players signed? I'm too unsure because since yesterday I've recorded this episode. I recorded it the same day. I got all the signings done. It crashes on me. So I've got some players in mind definitely for today as we're going to go ahead and maybe try and re-sign them for me, but first I'm signing them for you. As here we have it. Big time to kick on. Try and do well. League One football's here. Episode number 2. As yes people, I think that intro does speak for itself. Welcome back to the FIFA 23 Grimsby to Glory. If you haven't seen the previous episode of season number 3, episode number 1 that is, please do make sure you do go ahead and watch that one. There's a lot to catch up on, a lot of detail that you will miss, and of course a lot of signings you'll miss. So it's an entertaining one as spoilers in 3, 2... Hang on, I'm not going to say 1 yet because before that, make sure you've liked this video and subscribed to the channel. Very close to 8,000 subscribers at the time of recording, and hitting that margin would mean the world to me as we don't get to see the team or the league sheet, do we? Because we've got the Carabao Cup up next. Fortunately, I managed to pick up where I finished before playing all the games, which of course I'm not going to tell you because it doesn't matter. As we have Bradford, Charlton, Rotherham, Ipswich, and then Forest Green Rovers. Of course, if we get past Bradford, we will have a Carabao Cup game in this time. So I think if we get past Bradford, we'll probably end it with Forest Green. If we don't, we'll probably finish deadline day. And I don't know about getting onto Mansfield. I'm not too sure. That is the other cup, the Papa John's, as the Carabao Cup is where we start today. Very good episode last time out, but still not done with the transfers. Very excited to get going as there's one here for Mishi Afete from Antalyaspor. We do not want to be getting rid of him, and I don't know if I've said that right actually, as we're going to change the team up 100% for this next game. David Drew wanting to play Caden Jackson. I'll show you the team as we have as reserve slash first team right here that we are going to play. I think I'll make one more change actually. No, I'll keep Bryn Morris in with Crockham in goal, Efferty, Anderson, Walsh, Moon and Glennon at the back, with Harry Clifton, Bryn Morris and Jordan Maguire-Drew in the attacking midfield position. Sean Boyd and Richard start up front together. Hopefully, well, I'm hoping it's a partnership even though they are low rated. They'll get a chance in the league if they do well. Hunt on the bench ahead of Ollie Lee, who I might just put on for Reggie Stone. Save Reggie Stone completely, and of course Otis Khan, we know the misery that happened with him. Really not doing too good with that injury as, let's see how it goes. Liangle up front for Bradford as it's a 1-0 defeat, and he does score the goal. So, good news is we'll be getting on to deadline day. Bad news is, out of the Carabao Cup. Lucky stuff, there's a lot of people speaking to me after that. I'm disappointed. You're not the guy in charge here, Caden. Yes, I do respect you. You've done well for us at the start, but I'm not going to give in to you. As James Kirk, there we go. We'll get him out as Ibiza, or Ibiza, coming in for Alex Hunt. I still never know how to actually say that. Ibiza I'm going to go with. I'm going to reject it. Not going to sell Alex Hunt. We do need an actual squad here, and I think the game against Charlton's going to prove that. We have to get the team rotated again. Off the back of a defeat this time, we have took an L, as in the league we sit 8th. However, Charlton won both games. We're away from home at the Valley. It's not going to be an easy one, as we're not going to do that. We're just going to go straight to this one. Is it already pre-built? I'd probably say it is. Boyd and Anderson staying out. Crockham's the bench keeper. That's looking good to me. Walsh is now benched. Jasper Moon's in. Oh, one change I do need to make actually is, of course, Anthony Glennon. Headley can stop out because I can see Efferty's tired, so Crockham on the bench. And I think that's about it. Decent team, very decent team. Harry Clifton, the captain. Let's see how we do at the Valley. And let's have a look at this host lineup. Wallacott in goal. Sean Clare, Ryan Innes, Awuja, Mosquera, George Dobson, a very good player, especially at his Sunderland days, that is, with McGrandles, Escalante, Dilian Jaisime, Pavlov, and Blackett Taylor. It is a good Charlton team, we can't shy away from that, as we've just got to get going. Not the greatest of balls through, but managed to get a free kick for nothing. Let's try and start on the front foot like we did against Sunderland. We even forced the red card by just running at them in their final third, as we've got to make sure they don't run at us here, Charlton. A very good team. Ma coming forward to get the tackling, but they've still got it. Glennon back in the team, playing in League One for the first time with the interception. A 1-2 with Jackson. Cameron maybe trying to run in behind. He's staying at the near post and he might get to this! What a save, Wallacott! That is spectacular stuff, as I think we should be 1-0 up there. Not a great pass out, in fact. And a chance for Charlton, but it's passed straight into Niall Maher. Cameron to head that down into Josh Eccles, and we'll get building again. Reggie Stone, he's got the man in front of him in Cameron. Reggie Stone's going to keep on going. Now he can probably check back with the back heel into Michiafete. Ball through the middle, not the greatest one to Stone. And of course he's lost it. 11 assists last year in League 2, Reggie. So I'm very surprised that no teams have come in for our number 12. The homegrown one, of course, as Josh Eccles, ball at his feet, forced out wide into Jasper Moon. Down that line into Efferty. This is good football. Josh Eccles, unfortunate, couldn't get it past. Put this press on. We've even fouled a man, but I don't mind that. Just a bit of aggression. Sometimes what we're lacking is Eccles into Stone. Now on to Cameron. Cameron's going to go with this slowly, and he's going to find Efferty on the overlap. He's going to be shattered by the end of today. Here he is. Michiafete keeping hold of the ball, nowhere to go. In the middle, Josh Eccles through bodies, and it's a good save from the keeper. Forcing a chance right there, as it's a corner now to us. Reggie Stone to take this one. What can we do? Near post, looking for Jackson. Can we keep this alive before half-time? Not really. Niall Maher it will fall to. Now Reggie Stone going for the overlap of the defender. That's a good ball in towards Cameron again. And I've got to say, for this being our first time in League One, we're definitely putting up a fight, as Allsop has to do his business at the other end and gets it done. Brilliant save from Ryan. As the ball's into the box, Caden Jackson with the header away. Referee, there we go, half-time whistle is blown. Scoreline 0-0. Don't mind it, I think we're doing alright, as Michiafete into Josh Eccles. Jasper Moon, we're going to get building with this one right here. Michiafete, that's a ball through the middle onto Caden Jackson, who's going to try and return it into Cameron, you know. If he can get there ahead of Innes, might have been decent. Tad unlucky as Anthony Glennon threw that gap onto Eccles. Here we go, Harry Clifton, Cameron, round the corner. Reggie Stone's going to go from distance, and I thought it was in for a split second there. Just wide. As Pavlov now, giving it on the wing to Blackett Taylor. Charlton with a very rare attack. He's allowed to absolutely hammer that into the back of his net. Charlton striker with a thunderblast, a power shot that we've just let him get off. It's horrific. Look at that. I mean, the replay just gives it justice. Allowed to hit it with 116 miles an hour. No pressure on him. And the valley erupts. Really not good going from us, though. We should have prevented that, should I say. And we had the big chance to do so. Just not taking it. As Cropper back into Jasper Moon. Through the middle into Josh Eccles. We've got to get going. Cropper, here we go. Reggie Stone. We've been all over them. And now we find ourselves behind Dan Cox on the field and Cropper. Cropper through that gap. And Caden Jackson just trying to get the touch on it. He's a very lively player. We've got to admit that. As another player down. I think that's Josh Eccles, you know. As one of us highest rated, should I say. Not great. As, hang on, Reggie Stone's got this ball anyway. And I really thought that move was over. But Reggie Stone keeps on fighting. And we're back in it. Could probably tell I thought that move was over. I was just about to shut up. But then Reggie Stone dispossesses the defender and slots it in at the near post of the goalkeeper. That is a class goal. And we're back into it straight away. Charlton's lead not lasting long. And we have scored in every single League One game so far. Really good going from us. In our first season in this division, we're bringing it to the big teams. If you want to be the best in this division, you've got to beat the best, as Cropper with a good bit of dispossessing work. Here he is, trying to cut inside a little bit, just to pass behind his man, but he's playing very well since coming on. That's another tackle, as Walsh is on the field as well. Cropper through that gap onto Dan Cox. Reggie Stone in front of him, trying to get a bit of an angle and forcing a low save. Could have done better with that, but we'll take it. A corner ball. Still no other subs made. That's a decent ball towards Jackson. Bryn Morris to try and head it down. Does into Dan Cox. Hits the defender. Very unlucky as Goodwin Malief. Reggie Stone, Dan Cox is going to try and run around his man, is he? He's going to try here. Whip a ball in. Last couple of minutes. Oh, and it's straight at the goalkeeper from Harry. He missed a big header at the weekend. And that is even bigger in game. We should have beaten Charlton right at the end. But we leave the Valley with a point. Unbeaten in our League One campaign. Should have had another 3 points though. Oh, it was a tight one and we'll take what we got. A point, and we're in 9th in the division, so still not too bad as Josh Eccles, 5 days isn't bad, and James Kirk going out on loan, a youngster, definitely ain't a bad thing. And if you're worried about the sign in front, do please not be concerned as that's Kirk going out on loan, I'm pretty sure. James Kirk to Cosenza, very good move. As Rotherham, even though a brilliant team, will have to be simulated because I am playing the Lincolnshire Derby. No question about it. As I'm also going to try and get a transfer in before that. Darko Giabi from Leeds United, a lone player. I really do want to get through the door. So we're going to go in for him. Yes, again, we're going to try and get a lone player. So let's see how it goes this time. We've got to, of course, probably get basic terms. Don't want to offer the loan to buy. We'll go with a 1 year loan length. I think that's reasonable. Good stuff so far. Of course, we don't mind paying higher wages. Still, I'll try and get that little cut. 3.5 ain't too great. And I've even gone littler there. 50-50. Can we make it 45? Happy to split it. See if he comes through. Gonna have to be offering players, of course, different roles. As Bristol Rovers want Mark Richards, our Welsh striker, for 1.9 million. It is closer to home for him, his true home in Wales. Of course, he's been scouted through Grimsby, but he's not from Grimsby. I think that might have to be accepted, you know. Of course, I want to keep it realistic. Bristol Rovers, are they in the division below? No, they're in our division, so I don't know about accepting that, actually. It is a lot of money. A lot of money, but they are in our division. They are at the side of us. Can I turn down 2 million? Can I do it? I don't think I can. We've got Dan Cox. That really hurts to do. That's what we've gone ahead and done as. Here is Giabi. I'm going to pronounce it Giabi, I think. A good loan player brought in from Leeds United. Don't think it's too bad at all. In fact, he's going to go in the team with Cropper, Walsh, Giabi and Dan Cox / Liam being the changers for Rotherham. No more signings before this. We've got messages though. There'll be scout reports. And no, one's a transfer. Heidenheim want Harry Clifton. That's one of the easiest rejections I will ever give, I'm pretty sure. Bryn Morris wanting to be selected. He's probably going to be safe for the derby. Still unbeaten. And in fact, I want to take Richards off this bench. Put Boyd on it now. See if he can take his chance. If Richards does leave us. We've got a good academy at the moment, so I do think we can replace as... Do we actually want to get another scout? No, we've got Barker. What am I on about? I was completely thinking the wrong thing. As here we go. We're at Blundell Park. What's it going to be? A 3-3 draw, so a high scorer, but still getting goals with Wiles, Reggie Stone, Caden Jackson, Gribbage, Reggie Stone again, and all were robbed right at the end by a Dauphin. But Reggie Stone and Jackson on fire. As Mark Richards has gone to Bristol Rovers, it's gone through. Jasper Moon doing well in training. That's a positive. As what a big positive it would be if we can get the result here against Lincoln City. There is the youngster. Looks stressed to actually leave the club. Taking the money and dashing as Lincoln City have 0 points. We're in 10th with a win and 3 draws, still unbeaten. 0 points to the rock bottom. Oh, we've got to beat them. We have got to beat the rivals. I don't think the league is set. I mean, Sunderland are really low down. Blackpool, Charlton up there. Coventry are in this division this year. That's a good team. We're just close to the playoffs as well. Forest Green we play today. Gonna be an interesting one, and we are going to change the team up as Eccles and Cameron, Moon and Efforty all in the team for this one. Still no players to come in before this derby. Don't want to jinx anything. Away at Sincil Bank for this one. What a huge game. The Lincolnshire Derby is back. Derby Day, you can see. It's going to be rocking. It's a big stadium in game, which is definitely not true in real life, Sincil Bank. But anyway, we'll live with it. Oh, huge game. A huge game to everyone. The league is not settled. It is the first true derby. I called Doncaster it. It's not really. We've got to admit it's not the same as this one. Not the same as Scunthorpe, mind you. But of course they're rotting in the National League. Sorry, Scunny fans, or am I sorry? I don't know. I just want to see this lineup that we're going to be facing here of the Imps. Not a big fan of calling them that. I'm not a big fan of saying the name Lincoln at all. As let's see it. Come on. Skip on. Skip on. Or is it not going to show us the lineup? I don't think it is. Good. Good. Don't really want to see it, but I'm going to have to. As Charles Vernon, the betrayal in this man to play for Lincoln City. Only joking. Do kind of still like him, but not like the movies made. With Ben House, Adilucan, Bishop, Cash, Davenport, Rogan, Poole, O'Connor, Hernandez, and Sam Long. So here we go, the first Lincolnshire Derby of the series and of course of this season. As Mishiafete keeping the ball rather well right here. Cameron pushing his team far forward. We want to win this game, although we're in a new division and these have been here a while. We're going to try and knock them back a peg as Eccles going a bit close. We're trying to show them what we've learned. Show them how football should be played as Eccles has a pass through the middle. Unfortunate not to get that one off as Ben House running down the side. Tried to come across and make a tackle. Adilucan got the shot off. And against his former club, Ryan Alsop pulling out the goods as there's a good tackle on us there. On Jasper Moon, inexperienced in this game. As the flash wide. Very close for them, as I actually have gone against Ben Walsh in this lineup, who came from Lincoln City, so could have been a good move to put him in, but we didn't, as Clifton, now into Reggie Stone, he's going to get a bit of an overlap here. Here's Harry, back heel into Glennon, round the corner again, that's good from Harry, now on to Caden Jackson, who should be onside, and is, but can't keep the ball. Really want to see him and Reggie Stone at it, as Goodwin Malik through the gap into Josh Eccles, out wide to Mishiafete, drilled into Innes Cameron, who's got time to pick out the top corner, unlucky. Quite a close one as Mishiafete going back to his goalkeeper. Niall Marr turns inside into Eccles, that's one round the corner, and there's a good run on there from Jackson, just meant in the middle though to Cameron, doesn't fall to him, and Ben House across the field, Gleno, he is a passion merchant and I like it. So he gets the ball there as Reggie Stone keeping it away from his man. On to Cameron. Jackson running behind, but I'm not going to go for that. I'm going to go for Efferty, who can't cross it. Unfortunate right there as Jasper Moon on a turn into Mishiafete. Now Cameron. Cameron's going to try and go over the top towards Jackson again. Almost half time. Yes, looking like another draw, which for once I'm satisfied with. It won't do all season, but well, it shouldn't do in this derby. What am I on about? It's not a good derby result, a draw, but for the step up it is, as it's almost time. Efferty on the ball here, running forward. But there is the whistle for a derby. 2 pop shots is really it. Not too much occurring, as we've got to keep on going. Mishiafete with the ball at his feet right here. He'll go into Josh Eccles. Now around the corner into Reggie Stone. Eccles onto Innes Cameron. Do we have anyone running through that gap? We have Reggie Stone in front. I think that were a bad tackle, but referee waves play on us. It's a good pass into Stone. Back heel. Harry Clifton goes for it. Unlucky as he's won it back though as Harry. Come on. I don't want this being one of them games where they've had really bad form. We've had good form. They get a draw and they're the happier team. I want the bragging rights fully. We haven't been in the same division as them in a while, so come on. Ben House tried to be slipped through. Lost the ball. Niall Marr to keep it. Onto Glennon. We'll be able to pass that out into Harry Clifton as we're going to get running. Caden Jackson's down the wing this time. He needs to come off soon. He's absolutely shattered as it's back into Harry. Reggie Stone in front. Cameron in behind! Offside. Saw the flag very late. That's going to get a big way from the home fans. Very unfortunate as the pressure here from Dan Cox being put on. Same with Innes Cameron. Now Rogan out at left back. We've got how long left? 25 minutes as that's going to be tried to chipped over. Cropper's back on the field. I really do trust Jordan Cropper at the moment. Good replacement for the backup whilst Carney's out. He might go to third choice or might not. with the way he's playing. As there's a ball through the middle there onto Ben House. Jasper Moon coming across to put the pressure on. Cropper will get there twice. Needs to win that header. He doesn't, but it still goes back to us as Reggie Stone with a good touch. Dan Cox on for Jackson, trying to run him behind. Need him just hustling them. Love it if he could just do that, as here's a gap for Lincoln though. Ball across the field. Good tackle on Adalucan as Glennon to pass it forward. It's not been the Derby. It should have lived up to us. Cameron putting the press on again. They've turned out. That's a dodgy pass from one of their defenders. And it's gone straight through to Dan Cox, who's missed it. Still to Reggie Stone, who's put it in with 10 minutes to go. We might win the Derby. Yes, Dan Cox should have scored. But what a finish from Reggie Stone, having the season that he should have had last year. Yes, he got them assists, but he's getting goals, an open net. The Mariners fans will be absolutely buzzing up the other end of the field. It is 1-0 Town. What a moment. We're going to get Liam Walsh on, who is retiring. I think I might have already mentioned that. Yeah, against his former club. And Jasper Moon comes off. He's had his experience in the Derby, done very well in it, but we're going to just opt for some more experience. Now we've got ourselves in front. Let's get another win, shall we? Our second win against the rivals. Reggie Stone playing out of his skin. 4 goals in 5 games. I'm just hoping a big club doesn't come in for him. As Niall Marr tries to get the tackle in. Doesn't completely. Goodwin Malief has to head that away. Cameron and his man tripping up alongside him. As Dan Cox maybe running in behind here. He should have scored. I'm not ignoring that. But still, I don't really blame him. We've got ourselves in front. Header won by Harry into Cameron. Reggie Stone in front of him. Poor pass from Innes Cameron. But the whistle should go any minute. And we should, and we do, have the Lincolnshire Derby wrapped up. Away from home at Sincilbank. The Mariners win the Derby. And Forest Green next, which will be a big game as we sit 6th in the league. They're now below us. We are close to the playoffs of League One. That is absolutely sensational. And speaking of it, our wage bill is 47. I think I should be paying a lot of these players higher wages now. We should be stepping it up for each player. As you can see, Giabi, we're not paying all of that, but is the highest paid. Ryan Alsop is actually, in fact. I think Giabi slots in around here, around Goodwin Malief and Caden Jackson. Still good to have him in. And we still want to up that wage bill. We've got the money to do it. We've got the players we want to sign. As one position I think we do need is probably another centre-back who won't play. Because Anderson, I think, will get angry at one point, which is understandable. But Alfie Kilger, who was released from the Gas, Bristol Rovers, in season number 1, has been on my shortlist a while because I do think he is perfect as a centre-back who's not going to play much but not get angry. So I'm going to try and approach him. Not a direct improvement, but as a rotational, fine by me. Don't want his contracts being too long, because I think when we do eventually get better players, he will not be released, but let go of. Well, that's the same thing, isn't it? Probably sold, I should say, as we're trying to up the wages. So we'll give him 1.8. For a rotational, that's good, as he wants some signing on bonuses. Take the actual bonus off, and we'll go with that. Good deal. Alfie Kilger's in. He doesn't mind making the move up to the Mariners, as we're going to get the team sorted for this next game as well. Forest Green is just round the corner, thick and fast at the start. So I'm going to wait on transfers a bit. I've got loads, and I mean loads of scouts out at the moment, as don't get distracted, Tom Anderson. He was captain for a while, but you're just off the pace. And of course I do feel harsh in saying that, as I've got an offer, no scout reports, which I'm going to save my time with so far. I'm going to stack them all up for deadline day. There's a lot coming in at the moment. Feel free to pause and try and have a look at some if you do desire, as I've got to get this team right now for Forest Green. And yes, people, I can safely say don't worry about transfers. I've got a lot of scout reports back. I'm hoping we can get some players in. I think 2 more signings. There may be another youth player upgraded. Want to keep going with the youth, as the team is the same, I think, all over. If I'm mistaken, I apologise, but I'm pretty sure it is the same. Maguire Drew on that bench. Boyd is on that bench, but I'm going to do that. Because I feel like Maguire Drew can play up front when called upon. We're going to put Giabi on the bench ahead of Boyd. Sorry, mate. Maybe I'll loan list him. I'm not sure on what to do with Boyd at the moment. We did pay money for him as well, so I don't really want to let him go on a free. You know what I mean? But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Hopefully it does here against Forest Green. And again, seems like we're not getting the team sheet. So here we go. Matthew Stevens, Schneider, Stevenson, Hendry, Brown. Or Hendry? Yeah, Hendry it is. With Jacob Jones, Bernard. He's been there a while, Dominic Bernard. Joe, Cargill, O'Keefe, and Luke McGee. Solid Rovers side. Bringing themselves here to Blundell Park as we hope to get another victory. Narrow or not, I do not care. As long as we're picking up points, let's try and make it, what was it? Was it 5 unbeaten? Yes, it was, I'm pretty sure. 3 draws, 2 wins as Mishia Fete. Going to turn in there. It's just a shame we're out of the cup, really, isn't it? But we did save the players for this competition, so let's make the most of it. Efforty with a cross as man absolutely flattened there, but Cameron to keep it alive into Reggie Stone. He's the man you're going to watch. Pretty sure every team will be watching him as we're going to get a cross here, Jasper Moon. And can you, I mean, yeah, it's tapped off. We've got the throw-in. Good stuff. Mishia Fete back into Jasper Moon. Down the line into Josh Eccles, who's allowed to run with it. That's a pass in the middle as well. Onto Innes Cameron. Reggie Stone over the top. Here he is. It's Reggie Stone on a bit of an angle, and it's wide. I think one thing we've got to notice as well is we don't score every shot. Nobody really does as Glennon into the middle. That's a good ball here. Schneider with a turn off. And he's going to play a 1-2 there. Oh, a bad tackle. He is very lucky, Josh Eccles. In my book, that is a straight sending off. I was late with that one, I cannot lie. Ball's gone. That's a red card. Referee has let us off the hook hugely. It's 100% a red. And I'm even saying that about my own player. As I've got to rush to this ball. Josh Eccles does get it. I've got to watch him this game now. As Mishia Fete trying to run away. It'd be horrific for them if we scored from what should be us down to 10. As here is Caden Jackson. Near post does score. Oh, it's a gutter for Forest Green. He hammers it in at the near post of Luke McGee. And again, we've only got 2 goal scorers in this team. And they do not stop. Caden Jackson with it. That is good stuff as a ball passed short. Harry Clifton off the mark, the captain of the Mariners. A brilliant read right there as he's still got it and he gives it into Reggie Stone. There's a run over the top of Caden Jackson. It's out to Mishia Fete. I see Cameron at the back post looking for him. It's fallen to Anthony Glennon here. He's going to find Harry Clifton. Who goes for it? And we're unfortunate not to have another as Jasper Moon backpedaling. A man in the middle for Forest Green. It's a brilliant block. Mishia Fete back helping now as we need to get that ball away. We don't. We don't again. That's horrific. Referees gave it as offside. Not really for me as Harry Clifton with the ball. He's going to try and run at this left-hand side here. A pass off into Anthony Glennon. Doesn't get an overlap from Harry though, but he still does manage to keep it. Does Tony Glennon. Ball towards Cameron. Head that down. Eccles. I mean, he couldn't have gone into it full throttle. He could have got sent off from it, of course, as we're putting the pressure on a little bit more. They're forcing them back. Harry Clifton forcing the ball to him. Cameron just puts it into Stone, and what a save, Luke McGee. It should be 2. We are playing phenomenal football here against a good footballing side as well. We're going to go short, but we've got to cross it in, actually. And not great from Harry Clifton. Ways from the Forest Green side, or the Forest Green fans, whose team find themselves 1-0 down. I am very happy with the way we're playing though. Really done the business so far. Goodwin Malif against his former club doing it as well. We just need to keep it up in this second part of play. I mean, 6 unbeaten in League 1 at the start. I mean, promoted teams do have a bounce. We've got one in real life at the moment. As Allsop with a save. But still, you don't really expect it that much. With 1 possession back and Jasper Moon into Josh Eccles. He's got to come off soon. Cameron almost finding Caden Jackson. But Harry Clifton has been in the right space, right time, every time in this game to read the ball. And we did get a shot off from that. So good work from the captain. Got to stop them coming at us here though, because they've got a couple of runners on. It's Jasper Moon coming out of the defence to try and block this off. They've gone backwards. Still chasing it. As they've slipped a ball through to the striker as well here. And Ryan Allsop with a big save. Got to win the header. We don't. Goodwin Malif, after playing good against his former team, lets Reece Brown get the easiest of headers to make it all square. It's a good save, Ryan Allsop, but still turned off big time. Too easy. Way too easy. So I'm going to try something new. We've got Gyabi coming on, the loanee from Leeds, for Eccles. And we've got actually Maguire-Drew coming on up front as Gabby's a tall fellow, isn't he? Very tall presence in this team and a good cut away from his man there into Reggie Stone. Maguire-Drew up front. Can he do the business up front? He's got the ball here already and causing problems. Almost a goal at the near post as a corner is forced. He's come short for it, but Reggie Stone whips it in. No one there. It falls into Giabi, who almost scored. And Dan Cox does come on for Caden Jackson. He needs a bit of a rest again. The players playing well need rest as Goodwin Malif with another mistake. Ryan Allsop bailing him out big time. That is a big time bailout. Headley to come on now for Glennon. Headley a lot more attacking positive. He's not too cracking of a defender in fact, but he gets forward as Mishia Fete not winning that one. It's past us again. It's through to them. Good save. Needs clearing, doesn't he, Jasper Moon? But he stays very composed as Goodwin Malif to run away down where Headley really should be, but he's going to keep on going. Gives it in to Harry Clifton. Dan Cox in front of him. Maguire-Drew looking for a gap, but we've made the wrong pass. Not the greatest of footballers. They've got a man trying to squeeze through, but Jasper Moon. Jasper Moon is the name. What a option to buy clause that was to put into his contract second time round with the Mariners as Hendry putting it through. Back heel for his screen with a chance, and what a save, Ryan Allsop! What a save! Our goalkeeper pulling us out the mud big time to try and preserve our unbeaten run as they've got a corner late on here. Joe jumping for it. Headed out to Liam Cox. Not a great touch, but there we go. Full-time whistle saves us. Yes, another draw, but another game unbeaten. And a big bailout from his keeper. Not a bad result. Is it going to show us the league position? I'm probably sure it won't. Oh, it will. It will. 5 games played? Has it not registered? I must have not registered that game yet. I don't think it has. But that point should take us into the playoffs. So very nice. As we're going to, of course, try and sign players here. So getting into the playoffs at a good point because it might attract quality. Some might think the run's going to stop, some might think otherwise, but also at the same time, the run may attract our players to bigger and better things if teams come in for them. As our scout reports, all of the big ones still aren't back. As you can see, a lot of these, and I'm going to be truthful, a lot of them in Scotland I put out, not coming back yet. But there is one player I wouldn't mind taking a look at, and that is Liam Cullen on this list. 25-year-old Welsh striker. It looks like a League One quality player at the moment. Of course, could go higher. And we have got a striker scoring, or one striker. I'd like to add another. As looking at his real life stats, it looks like he did take time at Lincoln City. He is a Swansea prodigy. He's come from that academy, so he'll take an important role. That is good. He's a good player in the second Premier League, like the Youngsters Premier League, that is, or the Academy Premier League. No release clause is fine. 3.3 is a very good wage for him, you know. I'm going to still try and be cheeky, because I know he's younger than Allsop, so maybe he takes a lower wage. 3.1 works out for him. He'll be the second highest paid player, but we might have, even though Jackson is scoring, a bigger and better striker. I think that is a fantastic signing. Liam Cullen walking through the Mariners' doors. Reggie Stone is there to greet him. He'll be assisting him a lot this season. We've got to hope. What a player. Let's have a look. What number's he going to be? I like this graphic which gives him the number. Number 10. He is the new number 10 in town. It used to be Innes Cameron, but he's gone to 25 as Cullen. Number 10. He's actually older than Innes Cameron, which I didn't think. No offence to Cameron, but he looks older. As Goodwin's doing that well out on loan at Bradford. That's a nice thing to see. Might as well check up on some of the youngsters right here, including Kirk, including Clark and Kai Bailey. As now I'm just hoping people don't come in for our players. I think I might promote some youngsters if we couldn't get another one through the door, which I am looking out for. Still more players, as it's an offer from Plymouth Argyle for Max Crockham. He's 31-year-old. Does that move really suit him? I mean, he's been at Salford, he's been in the English Football Leagues before, and I think I will accept that one. Above his evaluation, he's staying in England, but he is moving on. Sorry to Supermax. He's not going to start, and I don't want him falling out with me over game time, because I am a big fan of him. so I'd rather him actually play somewhere else. As you can see, that is confirmed. It's gone through under Kessier. Max Crockham departs. Still got Jamie Jones as backup until, of course, Kai Bailey's back, as into the last 2 hours. And a bid from Stoke City for Gleno. Oh, Andrew Glennon. What a big fan I am of Gleno, but of course, it's a higher team. And yes, I could negotiate more, but a rule with these career modes, and apologies if it doesn't agree with all of you, if a higher team comes in, we have to accept the offer. We can try and negotiate sometimes when it's really not a good one, but it's above his market value. We'll accept it from Stoke. I don't want him to leave though. We've got Headley, but I don't think he's enough. Might still be some free agents to sign after him, but I'll be gutted to see him go. As out of all these players, is there another one I'd like to get through the door? Josh Osterfield looks good, but I'd rather chance it with youngsters, you know. I'm really annoyed that all these scout reports didn't come through in time, as I think it is going to slightly screw us over. Please don't let Gleno move to Stoke. I'm hoping it doesn't go through. Into the last hour. Will it go through, actually? It might not, you know. Have we got a message on it? We have. It broke down and couldn't get agreed. Now, of course, it's going to be weird with him still being here after he agreed to move. And we get scout reports after the day's over, but oh well. As I will fill them squad roles up with youngsters. I think the one I will promote, definitely, is Dylan Pritchard. Can play everywhere on the field. The others might stay off of until, of course, the squad gets thin. It's not that bad at the moment. As do we simulate a game here? Of course, against Mansfield in the Cup, we might as well. As our backup team actually looks rather strong. Maybe we have a chance for the Papa John's Trophy this year. Don't want to get too ahead of myself. We've got like Giabi in. Kilger comes straight into it. Maguire Drew I'm trying up front for once with Cullen next to him. Ollie Lee comes back in. Headley and Cropper as fullbacks. It's a solid squad, you know. A very solid squad. Mansfield are in our division, however. Let's just see how it goes in this simulation. They look like they're playing a strong team as a 3-0 win for us, though. Maguire Drew does score first up front with Headley and Ollie Lee. Unlike the Carabao, we play well in that one, as in the league. We're going to just end the episode right here with this view of the table. Not jinx anything anymore. Not going to say anything on it. Not going to say anything on the 0 under L's 6 games in. What a turnaround it is since Season 1. Unbelievable. We are 6th in League 1. We're close to the... I'm not going to say the name of the league above. We're getting close to it. Still, a long way to go. As thank you guys for watching this episode right here. As always, do not forget to like, comment, share and subscribe with the notification bell on as well if you're excited for more. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for getting us close to 8,000, and a big thank you if it does get hit. Course, with your support though, I definitely think it will be, because you guys are smashing it. Take care of yourselves in a bit, and peace.